Live Harbour Bridge, ongoing fireworks, joyful laughter, bright smiles. We await a year, a new happiness, a new beginning every year. Almost a decade waiting for the clock to pass over the 12 digits. We await a new beginning. We began 2020, left behind 2019. Have we? Let's backtrack to the morning of December, to the news of an invisible danger. Can't be seen with the naked eye, slowly dispersing into our souls, our minds, our happiness dispersing into the thin air. Mask our faces, mask our smiles, fear is what we feel, panic is all around. This is how I felt, this is how you felt, and this is how we all felt by this sudden shock of pandemic, COVID-19. I walked around the shops, empty shelves, empty aisles, and a sense of emptiness within is what I felt. I worry about our vulnerable people in the community and how they survive such a horrendous time. Helpless and hopeless they remained. We had shelter, we had food, and we had water, and we had a support system available for us. But what about our community? I'm talking about our welfare recipients who cannot afford food to purchase food every day. I'm talking about our vulnerable community who cannot stock up for such times as they get weekly paid and the payment is shared among bills, rent, school fees, and little left for survival, for food and water and medication. What about our community is what I have asked myself for the past 7 months. How can we help rebuild our community? I have provided a possible solution to help rebuild our community through my initiative, Scheduled Provisions. As mentioned before, our communities have been greatly impacted upon due to the global epidemic of COVID-19 and are struggling to survive, particularly our welfare recipients who do not have jobs and enough income to support themselves. The need in the community was further identified through extensive research and primary research methods, specifically surveys and personal interviews, as well as text messages sent to a group of people to obtain their perspective and personal responses. The initiative Scheduled Provisions will allow for the welfare recipients to shop at their local markets, for example Woolworths, at designated times where the food is available and the shelves are not empty. It will also give us a chance to further help the community by providing a survey for the shoppers to conduct their financial circumstances and to support them through their partnership of food banks if needed. My initiative's implementation in the community is to ensure that our vulnerable parts of community are being supported through difficult times, both emotionally and physically, in providing a helpful hand and assurance that there is a community spirit that will help meet the needs of our community. The initiative itself is important in meeting the needs of our community. We need to rebuild our community's vulnerable people by meeting their needs and offering a helpful hand. Scheduled provisions can be implemented to our local supermarkets' help. Supermarkets like Woolies and Aldi could contribute in rebuilding the urban communities by contributing to this project and allowing a maximum of 2 hours for our welfare recipients to purchase their food and provide a short response collected by the shops to further help the community through the food banks and our special discounts. Why should supermarkets like Woolworths and Aldi contribute to this initiative? Through the help and support of Woolworths and Aldi's partnership, we can set an example of community spirit and support in our suburb of Auburn and encourage other suburbs and communities to enhance their support and rebuild communities throughout Australia. The legacy that will be left behind my initiative is the power of community spirit in helping our vulnerable people to get through harsh times and recover by having hope. My initiative could be sustainable by making brochures with images of welfare recipients who access the initiative. The brochures could be kept at every local supermarket for people to look through and understand that there exists a community spirit at our difficult times that will support us and give us courage to survive. And if I conclude that if there exists a source of support and sustenance, there is no question of what about our community.